Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, Venezuela is heating up. We have Russia landed a big plane there with possible warheads and whatnot on it. Um, Russia landed a plane in Canada, and the Canadian government seized it and wants to give it to Ukraine. I'm like, why did they allow that plane to land there if the plane knew it would be seized? But I want to ask what's going on in Venezuela. Apparently, um, the United States has shored up around Gitmo Bay. Interesting, the hurricane just went through there. Uh, what's going on? Things happen really fast in what we would call WAR, I guess. Apparently, some of the boats that were bombed out had civilians on them. Um, the United States is arguing that and saying, no, we are intel. Apparently, Venezuela has some CIA agents. Friendly reminder, CIA is not American. But anyways, let's find out what's going on this week with Venezuela and the United States. So I've got my Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Saturday has boobies. Okay, so the sun is Sunday. The high priestess is the moon, which is Monday. The tower represents Mars, which is Tuesday. The magician represents Mercury, which is Wednesday. The Wheel of Fortune represents Jupiter, which is Thursday. The Empress is Venus, which represents Friday's day. And of course, the world is Saturn, and Saturn represents Saturday. Saturday. All right, so let's find out this week what's going on with USA and Venezuela. Now, I did that reading, and it did look like, come on, Venezuela, you really think you're going to beat the United States? They'll just come in with their B-52 bombers and it'll be game over. Like, the hell are you thinking, poking the bear like that? Let's find out what's happening this week. Let's go day by day because things can happen fast. United States and Venezuela, what's going on this week? United States, Venezuela, what's going on this week? Okay, Sunday. Oh boy, oh boy. Somebody stabbed in the back. We got ruin. We've got some kind of recovery. Perhaps this actually could be Russia coming in to the rescue. Like, Russia, what the hell are you doing with that plane landing? Now, is that plane to take people out, or is it to bring warheads in? So this to me might be taking people out. They've hit rock bottom. They have nowhere else to go. And here they come and off they fly, like the leaders and whatnot. Monday, release of a burden. We got 2 10s here. I think, that's why I thought a week would be good. I think this is going to be over sooner rather than later. End of 2 10s, so endings by Tuesday. What do we got by Tuesday? Ooh, lots of depression, lots of despondency, lots of spilt milk, not being able to let go of the past. So something might happen Sunday and Monday, and a lot of people are quite despondent about it. So perhaps a lot of civilians, uh, perhaps the real guy got away. Something is very upsetting, especially on Mars on a tower day like that. I think it's going to be very upsetting. All right, Wednesday, Queen of Wands. Somebody's going to step in and start to be fair. If you go back and look at the reading I did, the Queen of Wands represented the United States. And I think that it is, I think it's like negotiations and fair negotiations. Thursday, what's going to start to expand? Yeah, everyone's, wow, another 10. Lots of unhappiness here, guys. Lots of sadness, lots of loss, lots of endings, lots of endings. Let's find out Friday. Wow. Either things are over or they're at a standstill. But if that 8 was upright, I'd say more bombing, more bombing, more bombing. But it's not. That's my bombing card. That's incoming. Incoming. Saturday. What's going on Saturday? Oh, Knight of Swords, more attacks. But I want to show you it's by a knight and not a king and not an emperor. This is, I think this is, the Knight of Swords is generally attacking with words. So that's media, that's propaganda. You know, and that, you know, the United States administration gets their fair share of Knight of Swords attacking with words energy. Boy, oh boy, I think that I think the United States will try and do some kind of negotiation, but there's a lot of endings here for Venezuela. What's the underlying? The United States is going to say they are taking the higher ground, and they're going to defend their actions. They're absolutely going to defend their actions. This is actually, even though this is ending, the sorrow and the damage from this will last a very long time. And I'm going to tell you why, is because sadness is on the expansion card. And we have mirroring that, we have the depression and despondency card from Tuesday. I think for the United States, this might end quite quickly. For the Venezuelan people, this is going to be continued sadness and despondency and crying over spilt milk. I don't see any happiness here for the people of Venezuela. I see continuing attacks. This also is the Knight of Swords in reverse, is also my what happens to some political people. I can't say that word. Starts with ASS. That's also that. And that would put the end to somebody because it's on the Saturn card, and it would be their karma. And that's the karma card. That's the taskmaster. That's why Jewish people don't do any work on Saturday. Saturday is actually their ruling planet. Saturday is their day. That's their Sabbath is Saturday. Saturday is their ruling planet. And that's why they don't do any work on a Saturday, lest it creates more karma. And they don't have any fire on a Saturday because Saturn and Mars are two benefic planets that if you get them together, that fire can expand. All kinds of, it goes way deeper than that. I'm really, really giving you the 40,000 mile view on it, but that's why it's their Saturday is their Sabbath, and Christianity is Sunday, the sun. God sent his son down. Huh? Anyways, all right, thank you very much for watching. Let's pray for the people of Venezuela, the innocent people here. A lot of innocent people are going to die. I'm not getting that it's a lot of really bad people here. I think it's, I think for some reason, I think this is J.D. Vance, because number one, he's a Leo. This is the Leo card, even though it's a female. I think he is going to try and get some kind of negotiations going. I think he'll be the one who pulls back a little bit and really doesn't give as much firepower as the United States has, just because he actually is worried about the families, about the civilians, about the people who live there. Because see, the card is looking right at the family and how unhappy the families are going to be, not only of the Venezuelans. I mean, there may be some U.S. soldiers that get hurt or injured or worse. All right, so this is what's happening this week. We've got a lot of endings happening this week, and we might see an ASS. All right, thanks very much for watching. Please take good care. Fare thee well.